Hello students. So today we will discuss about IoT protocols, that how the IoT protocols works and how the architecture of the IoT make in control we using the IoT protocols. So let's discuss, before discussing the IoT protocols, let's discuss first about the IoT layers of the IoT system. So that is a four-layer architecture in which we have link layer, network layer, transport layer, and application layer. So in the application layer there are you can say IoT protocols which are used. MQTT protocol, these are web server based protocols. HTTP protocol, CoAP, WebSocket, XMPP, DDS, AMQP. So these all protocols are used for the IoT connection, internet connection with the Internet of Things device. Next is our transport layer, and in the transport layer we have TCP and UDP. So basically I can say that the IoT layer made of TCP and UDP type of transport layer. Next we have the network layer. In the network layer we have the IPv4, IPv6 low power wireless personal area network, wide area network. So next is link layer. In the link layer we have these type of the protocols, for example Ethernet and WiMAX, 2G, 3G, LTE, 802.11 Wi-Fi, 15.4 LRWPN. So these all protocols, at each layer the protocols has been shown, and these protocols are used for the development of IoT framework. Now we have the logical design of IoT. So IoT functional blocks are there, and IoT communication models are there, and IoT communication APIs are there. So these are functional blocks and logical design of IoT. This is in your syllabus. Let's see what is IoT functional block, IoT communication models, and IoT communication APIs. So IoT functional blocks is an IoT system comprised of a number of functional blocks that provide the system the capabilities for identification, sensing, actuation, communication, and management. So these things are provided by the IoT functional blocks. So we must have the device, we must have the communication link, we should know that what are the services according to that, what should be the management of the device, what should be the security purpose of the device, and how the application where the device can be implemented. Okay, so for example, if we have an IoT device, and this device should able to communicate with the internet, and this device may have some services, right? For example, reading the sensor value. So device may be Node MCU or any Wi-Fi IC which is able to manipulate the data. So this is the device. The device may be the sensors connected network system. This is also a device. So communication is the process by which we can communicate, for example Wi-Fi, for example Ethernet. So these all types are of the communication, by means of which the node can send the data to the base station. Services, so services, if we need the services, for example if it is agriculture based services, so we should know that when the irrigation of the soil is needed, and what is the humidity and what is the temperature of the crops are available. So these type of the services must be there. Next is management. So whatever the data we collect must be actually managed by the base station or by AI or ML algorithm. Security is very important concern, because in that case we need to secure our network, because if we do not secure our network, then there may be problem, and the device may be hacked, or the security may be compromised, by which the problem may arise. Applications, so where we are going to implement our IoT system, it is important. So we need to apply our we need to provide our IoT systems to a device or to a application where for which it is managed or maintained. For example, if we have made IoT device for agriculture field, then this must have the temperature sensor, light sensor, and humidity sensors, pressure sensor. So such type of sensors must be there whenever we are going to design a device for a agriculture field. And it must also be you can say moisture free, or it must be washproof free. So no water should go inside of the electronic circuit, so that our node must be safe. Next is our IoT communication models. So IoT communication models depends on four things. One is your request response, one is your publish or subscribe, next is your push pull, and next is your exclusive pair. So request response is mostly used for the one side communication, and we need to just provide the data to from our server or from the device, and then this data is provided to the server. So all these communication models are done like that. So you should think and you should work on that things, that how these things works actually. Next is publish subscribe. So we may need to publish our data, and it is broadcasted in the network, and the network responds according to the ID of the particular device. So that is a publish subscribe network. So next is push pull method. Push pull occurs between two devices, and I can say whenever peer to peer communication is there, then a push pull and push pull type of devices, push pull type of communication model is executed. Exclusive pairs. So exclusive pair is also depends on the peer to peer networking, and these pairs also provide some data and take some data and have some data from one to each other. Okay, so no more devices happens in that case. So that is a request response communication model. Here you can see there is one client and one server. Client sends request to server, and then it receives a request from client, process request, and looks up, fetches and resources, prepare response, and sends response to the client. So these all things happen in the request response communication model. And next is your publish and subscribe model. So here you need to send a message to topic 1. So there is a topics. There are three things basically. One is topic, one is publish, and one is subscriber. Okay. So these topics are defined by the broker, and the publisher basically sends a message to a broker, and this broker defines or sends the data to the consumer, which is a subscriber. Okay, so that's how the publish subscribe communication model works. Next is push pull method. In push pull method, the message is sent to a queue. The queue is consumed by a consumer, or published by, or subscribed by a consumer. Exclusive pair, I have already told you that this also happens peer to peer. So there is two things only. One is client and another is server. So client requests to set up connection, then server provide acknowledgement to the client that responds as accepting the request, and then message from the client comes to client to server, and message from server to client, and then connection close request is initiated by the client, and then connection close response provided by the server. So such type of exclusive pair communication model happens when two types of nodes are working. So I will tell you about the IoT communication APIs in my next lecture. So it is enough for this lecture. Thank you.